And welcome back to What If Goku was born with God Ki Part 2. This is the third time I've had to restart this video. One was just to do it was a bad video, and the other one I just accidentally shut off now. So I'm doing this a third time. I'm going to try to get it done this time. Real quick, someone addressed in the first video I did this that gods are not born. That's both true and not true. Most gods, like gods of destruction, are not born. You are correct. Super Saiyan gods are not born. You are correct. They have to be trained. You have to learn it. However, Kais are technically gods. They are born. The angels are angels, but they're of a godlike stature, godlike nature. So they are born as well. So it's hit and miss. You're right, though. With the Super Saiyan God, you're technically not born it, but for the sake of this what if, I had to figure out a way to do it. So last time on the Dragon Ball Z What If Goku was born a god, Ki Part 2. Goku had just defeated the Death Sword of King Piccolo, he had spewed off his offspring. Kami was sitting there watching the whole thing, and he heard a voice, and we see Whis. I'm done with the pretense at this point, because hopefully I can get this done. It's also, despite the fact I got a fan going on, it's starting to get warm, and I'm starting to get a little flushed, so, man. And I'm not, I'll be honest, I don't feel nauseous, but I feel like, there's a lump in my throat. So, Whis says, "Oh, sorry for interrupting. Sorry, but I was enjoying the view from up here. Such a lovely skyline you have." And he explains why he's there. It's that for the last however many years Goku is now, he's been detecting intermittent bits of God Ki on the planet. But because of the sporadic nature of it, he's never been able to pinpoint where it was until this fight where Goku was using his God Ki more extensively. So he was able to actually get to Earth, find out where it was, and observe it. And normally I'd be more concerned that there's another divine being in the world. However, his nature does seem to be what's better good, so I won't do anything at this moment with him. However, I do believe it's time that he meets you, Kami. It's like, what? Why would he have to meet me? Who are you? Oh, yes, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Whis. And he's like, are you a deity too? I am an employment one, and I happen to be an angel. I am, and I'm in the employment one. I am the angel servant of Lord Beerus, the destroyer god of the seventh universe. Now, Kami doesn't know exactly what that means, but he can get the gist behind it. He's pretty smart. So, oh man. Sorry, just checking my pulse, just to be sure everything's okay, because it just feels like there's a lump in my throat. So, Kami, is, a little taken back by this. You want me to train Goku? We were considering it, but, he is young, and I'm not certain if I'm the right person to train him in such a way. But don't sell yourself short. While you're not a god, your wisdom aid will certainly come in handy. After all, you are the guardian of the Earth. There's certainly things you can teach the boy. So, Mr. Popo, send for Goku. He's like, right, Kami. And Popo disappears on the flying carpet, shows up to us, like, I'm looking for son Goku. What? It's like, I'm so cool. Who are you? Oh, I am Mr. Popo, caretaker and servant, and servant of Kami, guardian of the Earth. He wishes to speak with you. What? Guardian of the Earth? And everyone's just confused. It's like, can we go? I'm afraid no. It's only Goku can go this time. Go at this moment. So Goku goes, and he's like, wow, he's impressed by the place. And then, just like in the original, he sees Kami there. He's like, King Piccolo, yeah! He's like, wait, no. But then he's like, oh dear, very overzealous, aren't we? And just blocks Goku with God Ki because he fired that up, because that was the only way he beat him first time. And Goku's like, and then he realizes that we stopped him. This is the first time ever since Goku's had God Ki, that he's used God Ki, they once not only matched him, but just stopped him. We just stopped him with the fingers, like, oh dear, now if you would just calm down. And he's like, yeah, I don't know who you are, but I'll stop you too. Yeah. And just, whoo, oh my, nope, sorry, Goku, nope. And just grabs his tail. I still think Goku's tail, even in Super Saiyan God, is a blaring weakness for him. That he just can't. I think it's just his young body, frankly. Even though we know Rad suffered from that too. I think it's honestly when she gets to a certain power level, just kind of goes away. But point being is that he still it still affects him. Plus, it's weak, so it's a divine being pulling the tail of a divine Super Saiyan God. Now, Goku, if you calm down, we'll explain everything to you. This isn't King Piccolo. What? And then he lets go of the tail, and he explains that. And Goku's just overwhelmed. He's like, oh dear, let me simplify it for you. Kami, when he was very young, split himself into two beings, the good half and the bad half. You fought the bad half as King Piccolo. This is the good half, known as Kami. He had created your Dragon Balls. And if you had killed him, or actually succeeded in truly killing King Piccolo, your Dragon Balls would be no more. He just says with a smile. It's like, what? Wait, but I killed King Piccolo. You defeated King Piccolo, but you did not kill him. His evil lives on in a new body, in a new child of his. So you will have to train to fight that child again. Train to master your divine energy. Divine energy? Have you never noticed that power? Oh, I know. I know I have it, but I've never known what it is. Whis kind of briefly explains it. It's like you have two powers, your own and the divine, that you were somehow born with. So Goku's now just like, oh man. Long story short, you'll be training here on the lookout for the next several years. That's right. We had planned for this ever since we heard about you, Goku, but we wanted to wait till the right time. It seems we should decide this time is proper. Indeed. I won't be So wait, are you going to train me too? You're really strong. Oh, I thank you for the compliment. No, I have other matters to attend to, though. However, I will keep an eye on you from time to time, and when the time is right, I will take over your training. But it will be for some. Yeah, but for now, you should learn from Kami. He can teach you great many things. He's far older and wiser than you give him credit for. Thanks for that. And as he's about to leave, well, I have business to attend to. And Kami. So just so things like this might not happen again, I might suggest you give a training a shot as well. I'm sorry, Whis, but I'm beyond the age training. I'm the guardian of the Earth. The guardian of the Earth shouldn't be just because you're the guardian. Doesn't mean you cannot be strong enough to deal with a threat when it happens. After all, isn't the Guardian supposed to protect Earth? And then Kami, for the first time, is like, well, I watch over Earth. And it's like, yes, but what happens when there's a threat that even they can't handle? As Guardian, shouldn't you be able to do something about that? And Kami, for the first time ever, is just kind of, did I misunderstand what it meant to be a Guardian? I mean, that's what these guys told me to do, but... I'm not supposed to interfere, but at the same time, he's right. I mean, if it's my job to keep the Earth safe, be a guardian of the Earth and things along those lines, be Kami, so to speak, be God, then why don't I fight my butt? So, even if I could, my age makes it very difficult. Oh, I can solve that. And then, goes boop, boop. And sure enough, Kami just stares like, what'd you do? I feel youthful, younger. My stamina, my body, my powers returned. Oh, I just returned you back to your prime is all. You can, and Goku's like, you can do that? Oh, yes, I have quite a few tricks up my sleeve. Ta-ta. So, Whis, bugs out, and there's like, well, now, power-wise, where would a young Kami be at? I have to believe he'd be similar to King Piccolo, but maybe not quite as strong. Because... I'm trying to remember. There is actually an official power level for Kami, if I'm not mistaken. Kami, Dragon Ball Z power level. Okay. Kami power level. Do we have an actual power level for Kami? Let's see here now. Okay, power stated to be more powerful than Mr. Popo, who easily defeats Goku at point. So, do they give an actual power level of Kami? Apparently, he actually tells him that Piccolo Jr. that King Piccolo was always the weaker half. So Kami's actually stronger than King Piccolo. Hold his own against Piccolo while possessing a weaker body. However, Kami, but during Goku's battle, the Piccolo had and Goku had surpassed him. Thus, Kami is stronger than King Piccolo, weaker than Mr. Popo. Goku and weaker than Goku who had been 23rd Pokemon. Notes that nameless Namekian split his power in half. Despite essentially being a god, the person is not necessarily supremely powerful. Kami was the strongest fighter in the series during the King Piccolo final rampage that ended by Goku, but so that would probably put his power then stronger than Demon King Piccolo anyway. Is somewhere in the neighborhood, probably like 230. Something like that. Probably not drastically stronger, but something along those lines. at his peak. So, man, he's Destroyer's youth though. Then he's probably more like Goku in the tournament. If you restore his youth. So now we basically have the 3 years of training. Now, the 3 years of training, Goku and Kami and Popo, before the hyperbolic time period, how strong would Goku theoretically get? Well, Goku was like 200 something when he trained, and then was like 260, so he really didn't gain a lot of power. He gained more like stamina, control, all that. I would put Goku, because his cannon power level is still relatively intact, probably at 300, just for the sake of having an actual strong partner to train with his own normal power on average, before the hyperbolic time chamber. The hyperbolic time chamber is where things change up, because Whis encouraged Kami to go train. He actually goes in the hyperbolic time chamber with Goku. Now, this does several things. A, gives Goku someone to train with who's relatively as strong as he is, give or take. B, and I'm saving this from later down the level where Goku's actually more an adult body. B, it also gives Goku someone to focus on, someone to keep his mind stable. Plus, with his God Ki, he's able to train easily when he goes in the God Ki in the hyperbolic time chamber. So the question is, how strong do both of them get? You're not going to see like 100 times anything or anything like that. I'm going to go basically with the King Kai method, that each of them get around a times 20 power boost, training a year at that in the hyperbolic time chamber, let alone Goku gaining much stronger control over his God Ki. So when you do the math, Goku at 300, Kami maybe not quite as strong as Goku at that point, and probably Kami's more like 50 times 15. So we'll say Kami was about 250, all things considered, just for easy numbers. See, if you times that by 15 times 10, you're looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of like 3,750, give or take. Goku's power, meanwhile, times 20 is, roughly speaking, when he was at 300, around 6,000. And that's before dealing with his God Ki, which he has learned to harness and control much more effectively. He can hold it far longer. He's just a far more effective fighter at this point. Or, excuse me, he's just a far stronger fighter at this point. So, we cut over to the 23rd Martial Arts Tournament, World Martial Arts Tournament. Oh, God. I'm not really feeling nauseous, but again, lump in the throat. Very odd. But I should be able to hold that. I think it's just because it's warm in here. I'm looking forward to fall and winter so much. I do not handle heat well at all. So he meets up with the gang again. Now, someone asked the question, would Chi-Chi have been training harder, all that stuff? Maybe. Would they have maybe met Gohan? Yeah, I think they would have made, and Ox King and Chi-Chi may have gone to meet Gohan. So maybe she would have trained a bit more, even maybe learned the Kamehameha. Who knows? I doubt that last part. But still. So, Commonwealth Martial Arts Tournament, more or less, Goku kind of just blitzes through all of it. And here's the weird thing, is that Kami pretty much solos Piccolo Jr., even in a weaker body because his power is suppressed. It's that his power might be suppressed, but his power at that point is it's better than Piccolo's would be. And I do think he basically gets... but I think when he tries to seal Piccolo, he still gets sealed in the Mafaba. So then you get the fight with Goku and Piccolo Jr. to be precise, and that fight, he doesn't even have to use God Ki at that point. He powers up full power, 6,000, and just ends Piccolo. Piccolo tries to go giant, easily gets the vial, easily gets that out of him, and unseals Kami, and Piccolo is defeated pretty easily. And here's the thing, and I get it, I love Piccolo as a character, so I'm glad we had him. When they defeated Piccolo, why didn't you just reseal him and use another Mafaba to seal him up? I think that would be Kami's decision. He would just seal up Piccolo in a Mafaba that time. Again, and just keep him on the lookout. So, again, let's also be clear. The Dragon Balls are directly tied to the user in terms of how effective they are. Because Kami was old and didn't really have much in the way of power at that point, Dragon Balls granted one wish, and they were limited on the wishes. You have a guy who's getting this strong. First off, I'm going to say you have at least 2 wishes. And you can at least bring someone back in at least one other time. And, his range, his authority may extend beyond just Earth and things along those lines. So, like, say, they're looking for one of the Super Dragon Balls in the universe. Shenron might be able to do that this time. So, now we basically now deal with the idea of what happens now. He's not. I don't think he's with Chi-Chi. I'll be honest. I don't think he's with Chi-Chi. Although, because this Goku, Grandpa Gohan's lived a lot longer, so he's been able to teach him the concept of things like a wife, or what women are, what a wife is. So I don't think he would have made that blunder with Chi-Chi about wanting a wife. I think Chi-Chi would still been smitten with him, and been angry they didn't remember her, but she wouldn't have been trying to hold him to that promise of her making her his wife. Now, over the years, though, I will say they probably do get married, but it maybe takes a couple more years for that to happen. Meanwhile, Goku is continuing to, train, perfect his, style and all that stuff. Just get stronger. Over 5 years, you could probably get him up to 7,000. I think over 5 years. Chi-Chi and him probably get married half that time. Gohan is much younger. He's maybe only a year old, so he's not even like, it's worth kidnapping at this point. He's not like, he doesn't really articulate everything. He's just a kid, like a little baby, like basically Trunks. He's baby Trunks. Now, someone asked me though, could he be born with God Ki? Could he inherit the God Ki? He inherits the S cells, which I think that with the God Ki in Goku's system is probably boosted. But I don't think Goku, because the reason we gave Goku God Ki is because Yamoshi's spirit found like a new host in Goku. So whatever God Ki remained is in Goku, and he's been able to harness that, control it, and work on that. I don't think you can have Gohan born with God Ki in this version. Or if anything, Gohan's actually, Gohan's probably like 2. Sorry, 2 or 3. We'll say 2. So, what happens now? Well, Raditz shows up, and he, they're at the party, he's picking up a power level. Goku, mind you, he still uses the weighted training class, so his power level is probably suppressed. Instead of 7,000, you're probably looking at maybe like half of what he's normally at. So 3,500. And Raditz picks this up, and he senses it, but it's 3,500. He is not even half that strong. He's barely a third that strong. So, what is he's not certain exactly what this is? And he's picking up another power level from, up on the lookout. Kami would continue his training, too. Kami's probably somewhere more in the range of 5,000, not anywhere near close to Goku. Meanwhile, the Z fighters have all been trained to try to keep up with Goku, are probably stronger than their canon counterparts. So Krillin's probably around 300, Tien's probably around 400, Yamcha's probably around 200. Roshi is happy doing what he's doing. Chaozu, we don't really know what Chaozu's actual power level was. We know what it was after he trained. Not impressive, really. But yeah, so Raditz actually has to make a choice, and there's someone in this place. So he goes to investigate. Basically, he actually calls in instead for Vegeta and Raditz, for Vegeta and Nappa. It's like, Vegeta, Nappa, I'm here on Earth. It's like, did you find your brother? Did you find your weakling of a brother? I'm not certain. If I have, then he's done some massive training. What are you talking about, Raditz? His power level's over 3,500. It's like, and then that actually causes Vegeta and Nappa to go, because they're eating bug people at the moment. Come again? Come again? 3,500. That's well above any average sailor. Your brother was a low-class warrior like yourself. Your power barely reaches 1,200. And Raditz is like, hey, my power is actually 1,500. Oh! Well, good for you. You can outmatch a Cyberman now. But 3,500. Layla, man, Nappa, we're going to Earth. It seems Raditz needs some help. Yeah, well, whatever. So, lay low until then. We'll keep it. We'll be there in about a year's time. Until then, stay out of the way. Keep out of sight, and if you can, maybe kill some people here or there. Whatever. Meanwhile, everyone's just having a good time. Basically, it. They're having a good time at the party. But Kami immediately contacts Goku. There's someone here on the planet. It's like, what? It's like, you expand your senses. He expands his senses, like Kami says. Sure enough, he picks up on Raditz. It's like, what? What is this? And then, he's like, I gotta go handle something, guys. I'll be back real quick. Go on, be a good boy. And he's like, nah. So he goes off and then just shows up and is like, the power's getting close. And he's like, who are you? It's like, Kakarot. It's you, Kakarot. My name's Goku. Who are you? I'm your brother, Raditz! How haven't you taken over this planet yet? How did you get so strong? And Red's just flabbergasted. But I have no idea. Why would I take over this planet? I live here. This is my home. I have a wife. I have a kid. So, because Goku was probably filled in that he's a Saiyan. It's like, wait, are you a Saiyan too? So you know your heritage. Good. Then why did you go and why didn't you do what you were told? Why did you take over this planet? Again, I live here. What happened to you? Did you hit your head as a boy or something? Grandpa Gohan said I might have. So yeah, and then there's this odd, tension between them. You fool! I'd take you on, but you'd be no match for me. He's like, really? Because if this is all you got, I'm really much stronger than you are, bro. It's like, well, you'll be in for surprise because the other two Saiyans are coming. They far past me or you. Yeah, really? Well, I guess I'll have to wait for them then. How long are they going to take to be here? A year? Oh, well, what are you going to do till then? I was, and then Kami just goes, you were going to leave. And then they just pick someone Kami's power level, which is far beyond Goku, because Kami doesn't bother to suppress his power level that much. There's no real point. It's 5,000. And it's like, all right, but I'll be back with more. And then he just gets out of there. Kami, what's going on? It seems he's contacted the other two Saiyans that he's with. There's more Saiyans? Yes, but unfortunately they're not like you, Goku. They're planet conquerors. Planet destroyers and conquerors, selling them for the highest bidder. Indeed, he's right, Goku. And then Whis shows up. Yes, the Saiyans, your lot has always been a tumultuous bunch. Whis, you're back. Oh, yes, I'm just checking in on things. Like I said, you've grown quite powerful. I felt it was time for me to lend a little hand in your training. So, and it basically is like, you're not the only one. And I don't think he's the only one who's going to need training. As powerful as I am, we're going to need more. We're going to need your friend's help for this, Goku. The Saiyans are not to be trifled with. All right, I'll go get. All right, we'll relay it. So basically, he goes back to the parties. He's like, I'm gonna have to take Goku going home, guys. But we need to meet at Kami's Lookout. Kami's Lookout. We've never been to Kami's Lookout. We don't know where it is. Oh, don't worry, I can help you with that. Who are you? Oh, this is Whis, the angel dude who helped me with my god key. It's like, your god key. Oh, I'll explain it all when we get to the Lookout. No, come along. Boop. And basically, they all go to Lookout. Goku meets up with them, and that's where we're going to end it right now. So remember, Piccolo is sealed away. So this changes things up quite a bit. Kami's been training. His youth was restored, so makes sense they'd be a lot stronger. The Dragon Ball is more effective. Where are we going to take it from here? We'll find out later in this week, because this is the announcement. To make up for the fact that I missed What If and Who Would Win Week last month, there are going to be 2 What If and Who Would Win Weeks this month. I'm going to kill myself doing this, but I do want to do it just to see if I can. So this week's going to be a What If week. The following week will be a Who Would Win week, followed by another What If week, and then another Who Would Win week to basically to coincide with our normal schedules. So you're going to get more this week, so stay tuned for all of that. Thanks for watching, though. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. And ideas for Who Would Win, Star Wars, superhero magic, what if, anything I do on the channel. And put in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to that at some point. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.